right, here we are, maiden voyage with the camper hooked up to the Lightning. We're gonna set the cruise at 55. Battery is about 90% with 134 miles, it says, after telling it the size of the camper, which is 19 feet and about 4,500 pounds. All right, here we are about 20 miles in, going 56 now. We're averaging 0.9 miles per kilowatt hour, which I think is terrible. Our range went from 130 something to 102 after only going 20 miles, but the percentage looks like it went from 7/8 of a tank to 3/4, so I'm not worried yet. Okay, so we're making a quick stop about 15 miles from our destination, which is like a 55-mile trip. So we've gone maybe, well, it says focus here, 37.9 miles that we've gone. And our ranges went from 130 something down to almost 75. So tell me that math. But the percentages went from, it was like 7/8 down to like 5/8 now. It's like a quarter of a bat charge or whatever. I don't know. We're almost there, and we'll see how all the math works out. We got to the campsite, got all hooked up. My plan was to charge on 30 amps, but the 30 amp RV adapter I picked up to go to the 50 amp plug on the mobile adapter there doesn't work. And after doing some Googling, apparently there won't. There's a special adapter I need to order, and I just got this at an RV store thinking it was a simple adapter. So now I'm charging on 110, which will get me a full battery in 2.5 days. It derated me right before we got to our campsite, which is about 60 miles from home, and said we had about 63 miles of range left. So I'm gonna go for a walk and hopefully find a 50 amp outlet. Otherwise, cross my fingers that trickling on this 110 will be enough to get us the 50 miles home. All right, in a non-lightning related, non-sponsored moment here, we have our home chef, which I love, fully prepped meal kits, some kind of sausage, meatball, Alfredo, whatever thing. Going into our, again, non-sponsored Ninja wood-fired grill in bake mode. Which we will check back on in 15 minutes. Well, I can breathe a sigh of relief. Walking around with the kids, we found a 50 amp site, and now I'll be at 100% by midnight, which is 2 o'clock in the afternoon now. So 10 hours, but so what? We're camping. We ain't going nowhere, and this thing will be ready to roll in the morning. Let's look at the different ranges here, see if I can. It says a range of 163 now. I'll see if I can put it into trailer mode now and see if that affects the range. No, not until I plug in the camper, I guess. We're on our way home, fully charged, pretty much 96% or whatever. It's only saying 116 miles of range. We'll see how that goes. Again, about 55 miles to go home. We made it home. With the trailer attached, it says a range of 75 miles. That trip, apparently I was wrong on the distance. It's only 45 miles. We got 1 mile per kilowatt hour, which I thought I'd get a lot better. This is just a little tiny Zinger light 18-footer, but she does have some wind resistance. We had like 96% battery when we left, and now we got about 65%. So we used 30% of the battery to go 44 miles. Not great. Hopefully it gets better as I learn to drive with this thing. I don't know. At least campsites have 50 amps where I can go to sleep and wake up with the full truck. All right, beginning journey number 2 with the Zinger light. We're going about 60 miles up into a small North Dakotan mountain range. 100% to 120 miles of range. We'll see how that goes. Okay, 20-mile check-in. We started with 117. We're at 102, but we've gone 21 miles. So again, the math doesn't make sense, but it's in our favor this time. Conditions are beautiful, not a lick of wind, and for the most part perfectly flat. We'll see what it's like when we get there. So we made it to the lake. Got the camper all backed into its spot. We went 65 miles at 1 mile per kilowatt or whatever. We started with a range of like 117, I think, and 100% battery. It's 52% and 61 miles left, which is pretty dang accurate, I guess, this time around. So there we go. And after unhooking, you see we have 150 miles of range to cruise around up here. I got a wedding reception to go to, and there's a fast charger up here I'm gonna hit a little later. All right, I gotta go 52 miles. It tells me 52 miles of range. I'm gonna send it and take it easy and hope that we make it home with this trailer and I don't have to call somebody to tow me. This charger here is free. It's great, but it's way too slow. Okay, well, I'm about 9-10 miles in now. Distance to destination is 42 with the range being 50, so I've gone 10 miles and lost just a couple miles of range. So hopefully those numbers keep getting further apart and I don't have to panic. If I'm worried I'm not gonna make it, this is the country. I'll find a place to drop the camper for the night, charge up and come back and get it tomorrow. You may have also noticed I'm only going 45 and a 65, but that gives me this 1.5 miles per kilowatt hour, which if I go 50-55, I know I only get 0.9. Okay, and we made it back a couple hours ago. Actually, you can see the battery's pretty low. I never did show percentage, but it was at 50% when we left, and it's at 21% now. So we used 29% to go 55 miles, or 52 miles, I should say, at 45 miles an hour. And I did have the wind to my back, which helped a lot. Let's see, I'll tell it the trailer's connected here, and should adjust the range here. Towing. There we go. Confirm. Okay. So yeah, so it told me that about 10 miles from home, but thought we had 20 miles of range left. But either way, we made it, barely. Pretty nerve-wracking, but we got a big trip to take with the camper, where we're going like 900 miles through a couple states, so it should be interesting.